Hey, my name is Heather Havenwood, and I'm doing this quick little video because I am just super excited. All right, I just spent the last couple hours helping some of my clients. This month alone, we're talking February 2018, I am launching 5 podcasts. And so what that is I have my own show. My podcast is now on radio, syndicated radio. But now I'm launching people's podcasts. And I just think it's so awesome to do and so much fun because I have all these amazing people. One guy is a doctor that helps people and caregivers that are with schizophrenia. And I was sitting here watching the news about what happened in Florida. And it's just a horrible tragedy that happened in Florida here in February 14, 2018 with the mass shooting. And here is this guy who's starting a show to really support and help caregivers for people with schizophrenia. I have another client. She has a podcast called Unfuck Your Life, which is focused on women empowering other women to help them just break through their own personal barriers in life. And I just did her interview today. I was her first guest, which is one of the things I do for my clients. I just love it because podcasting's so much fun and it sounds so easy because it's just audio, but there's so many moving parts and all these clients are like, oh my God, I would have never been able to do this. So I help them go from 0 in 5 weeks they're launched. And I was just on a webinar at with a friend of mine named Ellen. She actually helps authors write their book. And I was on a webinar with her talking about how I think in today's age, in 2018, if you are some kind of expert, if you're an author or you want to be an author because you think that's what you need to do to be an expert, I would say you got to have both. You have to have a show of a podcast at least. At least. Not everyone likes to be in front of the camera. I don't even like to be in front of the camera, and here I am in front of the camera. But honestly, if you are an expert in your field or want to be an expert in your field, I don't care what your field is. If you're an attorney, chiropractor, financial advisor, dentistry, I'm telling you, there's a podcast on everything. I have another client right now that I'm launching. She's passionate about sustainability, right? And so she's going to be helping create a community of business owners that are focused on green and stability practices. I mean, that is so cool. So here's some things that I think are great about podcasting. One, it's international. The moment you put it on iTunes, bam, it's everywhere. I'm talking even China, okay? Then the other thing is networking. I mean, imagine if you went to an event with a bunch of industry people in your industry. How many of those are you actually going to have conversations with? I've been in a lot of events where I know all my people are there, meaning my industry, but I maybe talk to really hardcore 5 in the whole weekend. When you are a podcaster and you're a host, it gives you this opportunity to open doors to people that you would love to have a conversation with or pick their brain or talk to them or whatever. And you're like, hey, be on my show. Let me give you free media. Let me just support you in your message or your business. And by the way, I'd love to have a conversation with you. They're like, of course. One of the most precious times of all podcasting is what I call the green room. The green room is where all the money is made. And it's worth everything. The green room is basically the before and after, right? It's what I call the secret room. It's when the cameras get turned off, when the recording stops. It is truly where you really connect with people. I mean, I remember, on Oprah or Ellen or any of these shows, Jimmy Kimmel, where they really connect with their actors and actresses and whoever they're interviewing. It's in the green room. It's before, it's after, it's the VIP room. And that's where you get to really connect. I've made business partners through this. I've created businesses. I've built JV relationships all out of podcasting because I've actually asked them to come on my show, or I've reached out to them and said, hey, can I be on your show? How can I add value to you? And they're like, awesome. So I really would like to say to you, if you're an expert in your field or you want to be an expert in your field and that whole book thing may be daunting, or maybe you already have a book and you're like, how do I create traffic? Podcast. I'm telling you, it is the best. And I help people launch podcasts in 5 weeks. That's 5 weeks. 5 weeks. You're out. Boom. From never, don't even know what a podcast is, to out the door, launched into the world, international podcast in 5 weeks. So I just want to shout out to all of my clients right now, all 5, that I am completely so proud of you guys, to all of y'all launching pretty much within the same 2 or 3 weeks, which is super crazy. And just want to say you guys are great. Another one I'm doing, AJ Pwayden, Warrior 2.0. It's all about coaches and entrepreneurs. All I gotta say about that one is going to be a rocking podcast. And he's like 10 years later. He should have done this like 10 years ago because he's absolutely amazing. And he has like 20 years of knowledge helping coaches. He's like the coach's coach, right? So, gonna be an amazing podcast. So anyway, my name is Heather Havenwood. If you like this, if you don't like this, click the button. I do not edit these. These are like no makeup, raw and real. I'm all about raw and real. And my name is Heather Havenwood. If you're interested in starting your own show, awesome. Go to callwithheather.com. Have a conversation with me. Let's get you started. Let's get you moving. Let's get you your own show. Rock it. And you do not have to be on camera, I promise you. Bye, guys.